Hi, everybody. We're going to wait for Mike to pop in here. And we're going to go live with Mike, and we are going to talk Disney travel. So if you're watching this on a replay on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that, feel free to put stuff in the comments. If you have any questions, we kind of do have an agenda for tonight. If you have any questions about travel and Disney or Universal or anything here in Central Florida, we'll be happy to try to answer those questions for you.
Here she comes. Hey there.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm frazzled.
Don't be frazzled. Don't be frazzled. We can go through this real quick.
That's all good. I just walked in the door, so it's like, and I feel like I haven't been here forever.
Okay. I'm like, okay, I was trying to figure out, where are you? Are you at home? But you're at home. I see it.
But it's kind of killing me because I'm home, and guess where everybody else is? They're not at my house. They're at their house.
Did they leave?
Yes, we all walked out of the hospital together.
Oh goodness.
Yep. Watched them get, the nurse helped them put Briggs into the car seat and get them all strapped in to show them how to do that. But then we walked out together and got him in the seat. And I said to Kennedy, I said, "Are you going to ride in the back with him or up front?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know." And then I saw her talking to Tyler, and I could easily read his lips say, "You can't drive yet." She was going to drive. So she came around. She's like, "I get car sick in the back," so she couldn't sit next to Briggs, so she had to sit up front.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I know Brooke's like, yeah. So I told y'all the other day that Tim did something for me, and he made me this light up sign. Let me turn the light off. Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, that's sweet.
So this is what he was doing for me, and he sent me that. And so it's awesome.
Very awesome.
As I say, we'll get adjusted back to the light again. And then yes, I was like, what am I gonna wear? And I was like, you know what? This is for Disney Parks of Love. You know, if you know, you know. So.
And if you don't know, ask Brooke. She'll tell you all about it all day and all night.
Yes, and if you don't know, Brooke will tell us. Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
I honestly think if it weren't for Steve, you might never go to Hollywood.
It's a possibility, Mike. I mean, it's a strong possibility. I mean, Vampirina's there. So I was going to go through our list of stuff. So I told you I would have it, but I got it. I have the text that you sent. Hey, Shane, how are you? Hey, JJ. Hey, Brooke. Mike disowned you? Oh, no.
Wait, who said that?
JJ.
I have two words for her. Elder abuse.
Thank you guys for joining us. Okay. We'll get through this so that Mike can get on with, his thing, or we'll just keep him talking and distracted for a little while. Either or.
All good. When we get done, if Lori's not home, I'll text and see if I can come out. If not, it's okay. I was holding Briggs just before they put him in the car seat, so
okay.
I'm good.
How much did he weigh? Did they weigh him before he left?
No, they didn't before he left, so I don't know what he weighed earlier, but so he was 8 pounds 7.3 ounces at birth. I know he lost 5 ounces as of yesterday, which is common.
That's common.
That's very common. So, but he's doing really good. I kind of joked that the nurses would swaddle him in the blanket, and within 2 minutes, his feet were sticking out.
Okay.
So they're not using the 22-inch blanket; they're using the 18-inch blanket. It's just not long enough for him.
Shane says, Grandpa Mike, I love it. So we'll bring everybody up to speed, Mike. We didn't do this last week because I was out of town, but Mike did his own. But just for when I repost it on replay, Mike had a grandson on Tuesday. It's Thursday now. So Tuesday, Mike became a grandfather for the first time. So that's our excitement and us talking about it. So.
And supposedly there are some people that might be watching that now they have baby fever.
Yeah. Oh, Mike. I have one job and you're making it hard for me. I just want these ladies to be able to come down and enjoy Disney, stress free. And like, we don't need to add babies to the mix. Grandchildren, okay, but not extra babies.
All right. So I'm gonna whoever's on, I'm gonna tell them what I told you.
Okay.
In text yesterday. So Janelle's telling me, and JJ's on here, that it's totally my fault. That there's a couple of gals here that now have baby fever, and Janelle basically said that if they get pregnant, that she's gonna blame me. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's be careful how we say that in public. It's my fault that somebody got pregnant, because that's gonna get a lot of people in trouble. So let's just be careful there.
We need to be careful with what we say, but
so
yeah, it's your fault, Mike.
Look. Get in line. Lori's front of the line telling me it's my fault. So you guys get back in line. JJ and Brooke, those two knuckleheads, since they treat me like a brother, I'm going to start treating them like a sister. I told them 2 years, we're taking Briggs to Disney in 2 years. So y'all could come and squeeze his cheeks and do all that stuff.
Okay.
We talked about going next year, but I mean, yeah. I tell people this all the time, take them when you can take them. If they're young, take them. But the difference between a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, for us, it's just more important to wait till he's walking. And I want to see him walk up to Mickey and put his arms out. I don't want to see mom or dad holding him next to Mickey. It's just a little different. I mean, Tanner was 18 months first time we took him, so he was walking. He knew how to play the game and have the princesses kiss him all over the place. So. He was a smart kid.
It's the cutest thing to see. I mean, I see it all the time, and it's so cute.
JJ, I don't know if I can say what you just typed.
Oh goodness.
JJ, can I repeat it out loud? I'll wait for her to say yes or no.
Okay.
Okay, she said yes. All right. I'll wait till you're finished drinking, Janelle, because I don't want you spraying that all over.
Okay.
Word for word, JJ says, Steven is snipped, so if that fails, I'm blaming you.
Oh my goodness, we're definitely we're not being PG here.
Right. This is Disney PG plus.
Shane said he wishes he could have taken them when they were that little bit. His youngest was 5. And you know what, Shane? It's fine. That's perfect as well. So, absolutely. You got to do it. That's what counts.
That's the beauty of Disney. You can ask a question. What's the best age to take them? What's the best resort to go to? What's the best restaurant? And we can line up 100 people and you get at least 50 different answers. And every one of those 50 answers are right.
Right. Absolutely. Scuba, right. So this is the Disney Parks with Love, Briggs' first Disney party. Yeah, that's what we're going to have. Yeah.
I thought it might be inappropriate for the very first time.
We would have loved it. And we would have had you put them real close to the screen.
Yeah,
but...
so, well, and I'll share this. So Janelle and JJ and Brooke, and I know Jessica's on. I've shared pictures with the few of you. I will share more globally, but mom and dad haven't shared out in social media at all yet. So I want them to be able to do that first. Okay. But I figured
you're killing some people in Discord.
Well, the fact that Janelle knew his middle name before I did, yeah. Well, yeah, whatever.
Mike, if it was a surprise, that's what surprises are.
Right. So Janelle knows this. I cried when I said goodbye to her at Disney in May. That was nothing compared to the immediate burst of tears I had when they showed me that little wooden plaque that said Briggs Michael Apgar on it. And I'm probably going to start crying now, so I got to quit talking about it. I cried at the hospital just before we left. It was me, Lori, and Kennedy, and Briggs. Tyler went to go get the car pulled up, and so put my arms around Kennedy and told her that, and I'm going to start tearing up now, that anytime she ever needs us, all she has to do is call, that we'll be there anytime, day or night.
Yeah, they are certainly so lucky to have you and Lori as parents. Like, I tell you that all the time, and I, you know, what you guys do for them is incredible, and you should be proud of yourself too.
And I always shared this with you. Tanner held Briggs every day, all week.
I know.
He was amazing. He does not want to be called uncle yet, though. He's too young for that.
I love it.
I can't remember if I told you this. My parents asked me, they were going to ask him if he wanted them to buy him personalized license plate that said Uncle T.
Oh my God.
I don't know if that's going to happen. All right, so Lori just texted me pictures of Briggs. It's killing me.
Okay.
That's all right.
All right. It's okay. Let's move on with our categories and our suggestions. So Kirsten sent in a suggestion of things to do outside of the park. Like, can we talk about putt-putt, golf, foot golf, horseback riding, carriage rides, and boat rentals? So let's just cover that first.
So you just nailed it.
All of it.
Next topic, you just hit them all.
Okay, yes. I can put my 2 cents in as far as the mini golf and what I've seen in the parks at the resorts. There's all kinds of things to do, from the mosaic little stepping stones to wood burning, wood plaques, and tie-dye t-shirts. I personally have done the tie-dye t-shirt. Hey, Robbie. The tie-dye t-shirt, and I see that at a lot of resorts, Polynesian, Contemporary, and Grand Floridian. And when you go to the resort, they will have a little sign. They have signage outside that says these are the activities at this resort. So definitely look for the sign or ask a cast member when you check in, and they'll be able to help you. But do you know much more about, like, in the resort things to do, Mike?
Oh, I was going to cover the list that you went through.
Okay, go. Let's go.
You're going to have to help me. There's 2 different putt-putt courses. One is Fantasia Gardens.
Yep, and the other?
It's a stone's throw from the Swan and Dolphin.
Yeah,
you can walk over it. And then the other one it's by Blizzard Beach. I can't think of the name of that putt-putt course.
Summer, winter, summer.
Wonderland, yes, that's it. Yes, I've never played that one.
I've
played Fantasia Gardens.
Okay, I've done both of them.
Okay, so for somebody who lives in the middle of the country where there's only golf for 6 months out of the year because it's too cold otherwise, Fantasia Gardens was great because it's actual grass that you're putting on. It's not, AstroTurf like you'd have here in Nebraska. So that was fun. It takes a long time to play. The few times we've been, you're not getting 18 holes played in 30 minutes. You're going to be there an hour and a half or longer. It's packed. You'll get there and probably have to wait 30 minutes before you even get to play. But the landscaping is beautiful. It's very serene. You're still in Disney, but it doesn't feel like you're in Disney, if that makes any sense, because it's just so relaxed. Really enjoyed that. I've not done the other course. Now I'm just moving through the list. So hopefully that's okay.
That's fine. I was going to say, at Fantasia there is a mini golf as well as the pro.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You said that.
Lori just texted me and said Raleigh did great. So.
Oh, good. The dog
with the baby. Yes, that's going to be fun. There are a couple of golf courses on Disney property that you can play. I can't think of the name of them, and I apologize. I walked in the door 5 minutes before this from the hospital, so I didn't have time to put notes together. But there's a couple golf courses you can play. If you're not
Palms is one of them.
What was it?
The Palms, okay. And one of them's under construction, and they also have a par 9 and foot golf.
I was going to say one of them is trail something or something.
Yeah,
trail.
I'm looking.
And that's the one that has foot golf. So if you're not a golfer, but you enjoy the landscape and the greenery, they have foot golf, which is a combination of soccer and golf. So you're kicking a ball, and there's a big hole that you kick it into. So again, that's unique. There's probably not a lot of places around the country that have foot golf. Robbie said, "I like the 19th hole." That a boy, Robbie. Hey, Jules, welcome in. And anybody else I missed, I'm sorry. Hi, welcome in. There's not a lot of places around the country that has foot golf, so that's kind of an interesting one to do.
And it's only on certain days too. Don't go there expecting that you can play it Monday to like every day of the week. It's generally, I don't know the exact days, but it's not every day of the week. So we have the, go ahead.
I said it's an actual golf course, so they have.
Yes, it is. Yeah. We have Disney Palms, we have the Magnolia, Disney's Lake Buena Vista, and the Oak Trail. So the Oak Trail is the par 9.
And that's the one that it's the 9 hole, par 3.
Yeah.
And that's the one that has
par 3. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Par 9, I could play well there.
I know. Me too. I'd be great at it.
So let's see. On the list was also there's pony rides, horseback riding over at
horseback riding, carriage rides, and boat rental.
Fort Wilderness Lodge. You have the pony rides for littles. There are horseback riding. There are carriage rides you can do. And then, the boat rentals. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Somebody asked about pontoon boats, and it was $45 for 30 minutes. And you can take it out for as long as you want to take it out for. So you don't have to race back in 30 minutes to drop it off. If you're back in 40 or 45 minutes, they'll prorate that and charge you the difference. If you stay for a full hour, you stay for a full hour.
Right.
Hey, Kim. I would caution
going back to the carriages, not only Fort Wilderness that has the carriages, there are several at Riverside. For Port Orleans, they have carriage rides as well. Thank you, Joe. So there's more than one resort that has the carriage rides as well.
You have music playing?
I do, yeah.
Oh God, I'm like, what is that? I mean,
thank you,
my
Joe.
brain went to another baby was just born because that's what we heard in the hospital for the last 3 days.
Yeah, I have music playing.
Okay, wow. So the boat rentals, if you're not from Florida, you're not from down south, you're not in the sun all the time, please make sure you bring suntan lotion with you, because that sun coming off of the water and hitting you, you will fry in 30 minutes and your vacation will be spoiled. So make sure you take good care of yourself that way.
Yeah. Same with if you're riding a horse or walking around or playing golf too. All those circumstances deserve sunscreen.
And I can tell you, this will go into, Janelle, one of the topics you had. So for my lovely sisters who like to tell me how old I am, probably 25 years ago when I was in my mid-20s, we were down there in the summer and my dad and I went golfing. I don't know that I've ever sweat that much in my entire life in those 2-3 hours. It was brutal. And back then people didn't talk about hydrating and making sure you're drinking plenty of water and all that stuff. It was hard. So make sure you take good care of yourself. And if we want to lead into that topic, Janelle, we can do that. I know that was one you had on your list.
We can. One of my things that I wanted to talk about, because for the past at least 4 days, we have been under not just anything, we've been under extreme heat warnings, and it comes up in our entire state of Florida is just red for extreme heat, and it has been brutal. And even I am just like, I just want to be inside, walking from the house to the car. When you come out of the Emporium or an air conditioned place, it's just not fun. It's not. And it hits you right back again. I don't think it matters too much even how cooled off you are, because it comes right back. And I feel like once you're dehydrated and once you're having that heat set into you, you'll just start declining really quickly if you just don't stop and take care of yourself.
And I'll tell you, any of you that are from, say, Texas or Louisiana, whatever, you might think, oh, I'm used to the heat. I've been in Florida in August. I've been in Phoenix, Arizona in August. It was 115, 117 in Phoenix. That was nothing compared to Florida with the humidity. It's just far worse. So don't fool yourself thinking that I'll be fine because it's hot here. It's twice as hard. And I know I've said this before, exercise before you go on your trips, walk, walk, walk. But a 10-mile walk in your neighborhood is not a 10-mile walk at Disney. They're just not comparable. So between hydrating ahead of time and walking ahead of time and staying ahead of the hydration, like Janelle said, if you start to get dehydrated, you're done. I mean, if you think, oh, I'll just chug a glass of water and I'll be fine, you got to get out of the heat for a while. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
So we can talk real quick. What do you like to have in the park, Mike, for the heat? Like, do you like a cooling towel? Do you like a fan? Are you just a hat wearer? Like, what do you do?
So the personality in me wants to say that I'm such a cool guy that I don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know what's really weird with me is I coached baseball forever, played baseball forever, so I always had a ball cap on my head. I never wear a baseball hat when I'm down there, solely because I feel like it traps the heat in my head. Okay. I've worn visors down there before, so I can kind of keep some of the sun out of my face, especially with my old man glasses. Having that shield the sun is helpful, but cooling towels are wonderful. I think those are great. The little neck fans are great to have, but probably more than that, for me personally, it's two things. One, getting the ice water at every chance you can get, and planning your day out so that you're going into an air-conditioned attraction every hour, every 90 minutes, something like that. Don't plan 4 hours of being outside and then think you're going to go inside and cool off. You'll just have a hard time catching up.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get like two things. Monday when I was at Magic Kingdom, like I did every place I went, this is where I would encourage you to know the park a little bit, to know, from walking from Tomorrowland, where can you stop, to grab some air conditioned while you're trying to make it over to Adventureland. And, to get into maybe the Jungle Cruise queue that's outside. And that's one of the things that I think people underestimate is you think that you're in the shade and you think like, oh, I'm covered and I'm not in the sun. It's still hot. It's still super hot. And yep, your body temperature isn't going to raise as much, but it's still really warm under there. And outside queues. So keep all of that in mind. There are a lot of outdoor queues, especially at Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, too. There's just so much that's outside.
If anybody's listening and thinking, oh my God, I can't take a vacation there in the summer, it's too hot. It is hot. Let's don't kid about that. But this year has been historically hot.
Right.
There. This isn't normal for the central part of Florida to have 110, 115 degree heat index for weeks on end. It's just not normal to have it like that.
We still haven't had any rain. 4 days, we're on day 4, no rain. So our temps are not going down. The other day, it was 11 o'clock at night. The feels like at 11 o'clock was 98. That means standing there watching the fireworks at 9 o'clock feels like 100. And you know what I mean? You wait, an hour and a half for your spot, or you sit on the concrete and all of that, and you're just depleting yourself. So
I guess the point is, it's okay to plan a summer trip there.
Yes.
Yes, it'll be hot. This is historically hot. I'm sure if I research, it's probably been decades last time it was that hot for that long down there, week over week. I mean, we were there, the second to third week of May, and you were telling me it was really hot then. So
I was starting to say it was hot too. Yes, comparably speaking, and now we're to hot.
I guess what it boils down to is you could take a trip in the summer. There's ways to combat the heat if you're smart about it. So yeah, Robbie just said use the pool and water parks for breaks. Yes, I mean, in the morning is yes, it's still warm, but you can knock out a few of the things. Knock out the outdoor things in the morning, or knock them out at night when it's not 115, it's 90. Take an afternoon break back to your resort and cool off in the pool or in your room. Or if you don't want to leave the resort, that's when you go in and watch PhilharMagic. That's when you go in and watch the Hall of Presidents, even though we can joke about that. But if that's what allows you to get through your day healthy and happily, then go do those shows if you don't want to leave to go back to your resort. Right. Now, this is where you get into, I'll say, the debate of should I stay on property or should I stay off property? Well, clearly, especially, and I'm a big proponent of this, if you have children, staying on property, you can get back to your resort a lot faster in the AC or in the pool than if you got to wait for the ferry, take it across, walk through the parking lot to your car, circle out, drive to wherever you're staying at. I mean, that's an extra hour and a half that your kids are not cooling off inside.
Right. I'm just going to say the parking lots are brutal, like brutal. And I would say definitely if you're going to leave and go to your car and go to a resort off property, just don't do it at 2:00 in the afternoon, or just try to, get your earlies and your lates and leave that middle of all that walking. Because just like Mike said, not only taking the ferry, I would rather do that than walk through the Epcot parking lot or the Magic Kingdom or Animal. And so
this is again, and I'll pick on Janelle, but she's a local, so of course she's going to have her car there. But the time that it's taking her to get to her car, you're already on the bus in air conditioning. You're already on the monorail. It's not super duper air conditioning, but it's at least comfortable. You're back to your resort, and Janelle's car is still 150 degrees inside because it's been sitting out in the sun for 3-4 hours. So again, that's one of the big advantages of staying on property in the weather like this is that your body will cool faster. I mean, poor Janelle's got to walk through that parking lot, and with that asphalt, it probably feels like it's 130. And then she opens the door to her car, and she's probably baking muffins in there because it's so hot.
I wanted to get like a little. We have like one of those little guns that you point and it tells you like the temperature. And I was like, I want to bring this to the parking lot because I'm telling you, if anything's going to happen to anybody, it's in the parking lot on the asphalt. It is so hot. And so, yes, the continual running buses going on property, on the property resorts, it is so nice and so helpful. And yes, it gets you to where you need to be for that nap or the midday pool break.
I have a new idea for one of your streams.
Okay.
You're bringing a tube of cookie dough. We're going to see if it bakes on the parking lot.
I could put a cookie sheet and put it in the window. Let's do it, Mike.
Now, you may have to have Tim come in a separate car so you can sit in his air-conditioned car while yours is baking the cookies.
No, it'll bake well, and I won't have to get a snack inside. I'll get the snack when I get to the car. Yeah. And Jenny, yes, I agree. The bus drivers, I love talking to a bus driver. I love the bus driver cast members are one of the best transportation cast members. They're so nice and so helpful, and they'll talk your ear off too. Like, I feel like they're looking for somebody to talk to and just be cordial with. So I do. I love getting on a bus and just riding around.
Robbie just commented that if you're not staying on property, you can resort hop. You can tour some of the resorts, so you're getting out of the heat, but you're still taking the bus. Right. It's cool, or the monorail, or whatever. So, and Janelle knows this. I love the Skyliner. I'm a huge proponent of it. I've not ridden it when it was 115 degree heat index, but I can tell you when we were there in May, when Janelle said it was hot, I rode it at 2 p.m. I had a black T-shirt on, and there were 8 other adults in that monorail gondola with me. It was comfortable. It was incredibly comfortable. Those things are so well designed that the airflow through there keeps them comfortable even in the hot sun.
Yeah. And I I was thinking about that the other day, and I mean, Chris would be one of the ones to ask because I know he rides at midday. But even the other day, I was like, I wonder if you're so high up that there is just a nice breeze when it slows down or stops, you know?
Yeah.
Something tells me it just can't be that miserable up there.
No, when it stops. It's typically stopping because they need to assist guests on or off.
Right.
It's not because it broke down or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, Disney's smart enough to know in the middle of the summer when it's blazing hot, I can't have people sitting up there for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes before it becomes a problem.
Right.
And I know JJ commented on mine. If you are parked in the parking lot and if you got remote start your car as soon as you can from whatever distance your receiver will pick up that signal and get your car cooling off. And that's another thing. When you get there in the morning and you're going to do that midday, turn up the AC all the way so that when you do remote start it, after it's finally cools off, it's pumping cold air at full blast.
Yesterday when I got to my car, I was like, oh, I should have cracked my window. And I was like, I never cracked my window because of the afternoon rain. And, you know, but if you have that ability to crack it and just let some heat out, probably help as well. So,
I agree with that.
but next week we're going to bake cookies for sure. We're going to bake cookies. Maybe a crescent roll. I don't know. Tim will definitely come with me on the park that day because he'll be like, oh, snacks at the car, fresh cookies, I'll be there.
So there you go. You can drive separately, sit in his comfortably cool vehicle while you're baking dessert for you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think all in all, just make sure that you have something comfortable, the neck fan, the cooling towel, and just be prepared for the heat and stopping.
Yeah. And again, take advantage of the free ice water. You don't have to buy $4 bottles of water. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the air conditioned attractions, walk through the shops, and maybe something that we don't mention enough. Each of the 4 parks has a first aid station.
Okay.
If you get overcome by heat, get yourself to the first aid station. They've got rooms in there. It's almost like going to the doctor's office. They'll take you back, get you comfortable in a room. They'll cool your body down. Don't push it. Don't overestimate what you think you can and can't do with that heat.
Right. Yes. And
Thanks.
Disney,
Go ahead.
say it again.
Go ahead.
Disney has wonderful EMTs and staff on hand, and you don't want to meet them. You don't, even though they're so wonderful. You don't want to have to stop your day and mess up a trip because, you know, you've gotten yourself into this pickle. You know, so again, you can walk into those first aid areas and they'll give you packs of ice for putting on your neck or your head or anywhere you need to cool yourself off. And again, there's areas where you can just go and sit down and they'll allow you just to sit.
So I want to comment on a couple of things.
Okay.
But when you said don't get yourself in a pickle, I actually felt myself kind of a little.
Mike.
Robbie commented, be careful with alcohol if you indulge. And that is absolutely true, Robbie. Alcohol will dehydrate you quickly. So be very careful with that. Yes. JJ said Steven's shoes were literally melting on the road. I can imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. And going back to that alcohol, you know, all the parks have some sort of alcohol in them and it's available, and it can make it especially dangerous if you're drinking alcohol. And I see people, every other person has some sort of alcohol in their hand, especially in Epcot. So.
And that's a good segue. So on your Discord, somebody had suggested talking about hidden Mickeys. And I talked about them last week. However, the alcohol segue, I want to share what I shared last week about hidden Mickeys.
Okay.
And you may know this, I don't know, but the concept of the hidden Mickey was created by Imagineers at Disney. That seems logical, right?
Yes.
They were created with with and for Epcot in mind. When Epcot opened in 1981, it was the only park that served alcohol. Disney did not want characters associated with alcohol. So when Epcot first opened, there were no characters in the park. They substituted the hidden Mickeys in place of having characters at the park, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's a very cool concept. And now that we have them in all the parks, even, even the way for the hidden Mickeys.
Which is, I don't know, it just seemed shocking because I thought, well, surely they had to have had them at Disneyland well before 1981, but not the case.
I mean, or maybe they were, and maybe it just wasn't a thing. And then they said, hey, we know where some are, and it was only a cast member thing, It's a possibility.
Hey, JJ, I don't drink either, but the way you keep treating me, I might have to start.
Don't drive Mike to drink.
Okay, so the other thing, Shane, I don't know if he's still on your side, but
yes.
he had suggested talking about the holiday parties and the advantages of going to the party, or the disadvantages, the advantage of going to the park on a party day or what have you. I don't know if you've seen this yet, Janelle, but don't quote me on the date because I saw it at the hospital, but I think it's October 17th. Hollywood Studios closes at 5 p.m. for a special private event.
Okay.
Magic Kingdom closes at 6 p.m. for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween. Animal Kingdom closes at 7 p.m. because it just closes at 7 p.m. Can you imagine how crazy Epcot is going to be that evening in particular? It'll be the only park available to somebody that evening that doesn't have tickets to a Halloween party.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's going to be an interesting day.
So Jessica said, I thought Magic Kingdom closed at 4 for the parties. Jessica, if you have a ticket for the party, you can get into the park at 4 and you can start enjoying the park. But the day ticket people can stay until 6. At 6 o'clock, they're ushered out of the park.
And they don't come and grab you by the arm and get you out, but announce. I think every year somebody asks, how do they know? And when you're at a party, you have a wristband. And there are several locations. If you're already in the park and you're in there are several locations located throughout the park that you can get your wristband. Or when you come into the park starting at 4 p.m., that's when you can get your wristband right at the beginning.
And if you're going to the park that day and you're staying for the party that night, you do not have to leave the park and get in line to come back in. You can go to one of the cast member stations and they'll scan your Magic Band to see that you have the holiday or the Halloween party tickets or the Christmas party tickets, and they'll give you the wristband. You can stay in the park. You don't have to leave.
And they'll give you your trick-or-treat, your band and your trick-or-treat bag, and then you'll be on your way and you'll be in the park ready to go. And so what does Shane wants to know the advantages of going to a party. Do we want to talk the advantages of going to the park on a party day first? And then we'll go through the advantages of why you would want to go to a party.
You're the boss, whatever you want to do.
Okay. So tomorrow is going to be our first party day and we're going to go to the park. The park on a party day will open 1 hour earlier than normal. So when I get to the park and we do rope drop at 9, tomorrow rope drop is going to be at 8 a.m. So that means I should be able to get into the park somewhere around that 7 a.m. time. A lot of people don't like that time because it's too early for them when they're at home at another time frame, but I'll be there. Bright and early tomorrow. I'm excited. It's going to be like Christmas for me because there's not going to be a lot of people there. At least I'm hoping there's not going to be a lot of people there. And we're going to go and see how many rides we can ride in a very short period of time. Last year, Megan and I did all the rides except for like 3 before 12 p.m. It's incredible. You're not getting shows in or anything like that, but we did all the rides, including Mine Train, and just everything. So Tron's there this year. I don't know if I'm going to try to do the Tron queue tomorrow. And would that still be at 7 o'clock? I guess it'll still be at 7 o'clock. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to throw Tron into the mix, but I'm definitely going to go do all the original rides.
Yeah. So then two things. One, the reason why during the park day at Magic Kingdom that Janelle's able to do everything is because a lot of people who are traveling, and let's just say your ticket is $150 to get into the park for the day. A lot of people's mindset is, I'm not going to pay $150 to have to leave at 6 p.m. I'm going to pay $150 so I can go to Magic Kingdom from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. And so they don't go to Magic Kingdom on party days. So the result is the park is usually a lot less crowded during the day, and you can knock a lot of stuff out, like Janelle's saying.
Right.
That's the advantage. Now, if you're going solely off the money side of it, yes, you knocked out all the rides, and you probably could have even done the shows. The one thing, if you only have one Magic Kingdom day on your trip, the downside to having your Magic Kingdom day be a Halloween party night is you will not be inside the park for fireworks. You sacrifice fireworks. Yes, you can go over to the Contemporary or Poly to watch them, but note that the fireworks are, I think, at 10:15 at night, not at 9:15 or 9:20. So if you've got littles and keeping them up till 9:30 is a struggle to watch Happily Ever After, keeping them up an extra 45 minutes. So the other thing of the two things, Janelle, and you'll have to keep me honest here. So tomorrow, Tron queue will be at 7 a.m. I believe there will still be a 1 p.m. queue. And then for the party goers, I think there's a 6 p.m. queue, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there? Okay, I'm not aware. I haven't read any of that. So, okay. So they're not going to just have a line. It's not going to be a standby line. There is going to be a 6. I don't know.
I don't think they're doing standby line for Tron. I think they said.
Jenny says yes, a 6 p.m. Thank you, Jenny. Yeah, good job, Mike.
Brought home some hospital wisdom with me.
Yeah. Okay, well that's good to know too. I wouldn't personally, unless you're just going to the park to go to the party and you've never ridden Tron before, okay. I wouldn't waste my time I wouldn't waste my time on Tron if you just spent all that party money, because you're there for the party. And so, but again, if that's your only time there, by all means, ride Tron. But if you've ridden Tron or you have another day to ride Tron, I wouldn't waste my time during the party, because the party goes by so quickly, which the advantages to the party, we can go over all of them. And if you have any comments, let us know what you like about the party and we can talk about them. But the party is something that you can't see any other time during the day, or it's all exclusive to the party. So you're seeing new stuff, new parades, new fireworks, and new stage shows. Characters, Mickey's dressed up so cute, all the characters. And the Boo to You parade, I love it. I love the Boo to You parade, and that song's going to get stuck in my head, and I can't wait.
Already there. So just to go over the times again, because I saw Shane asking real quick. So
okay.
I'm going to say on a normal day, Magic Kingdom opens at 9 a.m. You can get in at 8 a.m. and go down Main Street and get your pictures in front of the castle. And if you're a resort guest, you can get into the lines for the 30-minute early rope drop. On holiday party days, Magic Kingdom will open 1 hour earlier. So 8 a.m. the park will open. 7 a.m. you can get in, go up and down Main Street. Yep. The park for non-party goers, the park technically closes at 6 p.m. They are not cattle prodding you out of the park immediately, but they are watching for wristbands and they will politely guide you towards the front of the park to get you out. If you are going to the party, you are allowed to go in as early as 4 p.m. in the afternoon. You'll scan your Magic Band, which will have your party ticket on it to get through the gate. They'll give you the wristband once you get inside. They give you your Halloween bag for trick-or-treating, and you're in the park 4 o'clock, and the party goes until midnight, right, Janelle? Midnight. So if you think of it that way, and Shane, I'll pick on you because you were the one kind of asking the questions. The regular park day on a holiday, on a Halloween party night, is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That is 10 hours. The Halloween party is 4 p.m. till midnight. That's 8 hours. So there's not a huge difference in time of the daytime part and the party part. What Janelle's talking about with the party itself, the tickets run 150 to, I think on the high end, Janelle, it's 200 or 190.
Well, mine, the RDA's, mine was 110.
Well,
I went.
You got a discount though, because you're
yeah, but it's not that great of a discount. So maybe 119 then. Maybe I got $9 off.
Now I gotta go look.
One other thing that just popped into my head is when I found out on Monday, one daytime parade, one festival of fantasy. So that's the difference of what affects the daytime. Right. And no cavalcade, no Adventure Friend cavalcades either.
So Jessica asked, you have to have a park ticket that day to attend an event, correct? No, you don't. You don't have to have a day ticket to go to the Halloween party that night. You can have no park ticket at all for that day, no park reservation anywhere. You can be chilling at your resort all day long, or riding the monorail and resort hopping, whatever. You can be Disney Springs all day. You could be flying down to Orlando that day, and all you need is the Halloween ticket for that night to get into the park.
Right.
So you don't need to have both.
No, you don't.
No.
So yeah, like when I go on Tuesday, I'm not going. I'm gonna go there maybe at 3, like just to be ahead of the curve because I'm gonna be excited. But like I will be at home just chilling and resting because it does turn out to be a very long night there's going to be what they have at the party. I would assume it's the same Pirates of the Caribbean, Space Mountain, the teacups, and there's always one more and I always forget it, beside the Haunted Mansion, which we're all going to want to go see Hatbox. They have special things going on at those rides for the party only. So Space Mountain is darker and it's, a little different. Pirates of the Caribbean, they have real pirates down in there. So you're going to want to try to get to at least those 4 or 5 rides that there's something special going on at those rides. So
just for clarity's sake, Janelle, earlier you mentioned tomorrow is the first party day, yes, and you're going to the park. Janelle's not going to the party tomorrow. No. She's going to Magic Kingdom during the daytime.
Yep.
She's going to, I hear my garage door opening. Lori must be coming home.
Okay.
She's going to show everybody the fact that the park is usually lighter attended during the day on park days. She's going to the Halloween party Tuesday night next week. So if you were thinking you were going to tune in tomorrow evening at 7 and see Janelle at the holiday party, that's not happening.
Next Tuesday the 15th.
Yes. Let's see here. I'm trying to get caught up.
But what I'm going to show tomorrow is how lightly crowded the park is. And that's my hope for tomorrow morning, is that no one's caught on to this. And we're going to be able to just race through all of the rides.
So 2 comments that just came across. Robbie said food and snacks are the best part. Robbie, you say that every day, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
And then Katie asked if there's a date yet for the Figment meet and greet. So the immediate answer to that is no, there is not. However, Disney has filed for a permit for the construction work to be done for the Figment meet and greet. So the ball is in motion. Hey, Chris, how are you? And it wasn't Lori coming home, it's Tanner that's home.
Hey, Tanner.
Nice.
He said, hey.
She stayed.
He's camera shy.
I know. I just like hearing him say hi. That's good.
Oh, okay. I'm being invited over when I'm done here, so.
Okay. You want to wrap up real quick. We won't be much longer, everybody.
I don't want to rush. Okay, so Katie asked if we think it will happen before December for Figment. And my answer to that, Katie, is if not, Disney's a liar, because they said it was going to happen 2023. So I fully believe it will happen. I think it's going to happen. It'll be in place by the time the Festival of the Holidays happen. That, to me, that would be the latest that would be there. Jessica said that I'm currently hanging up and running. Robbie wants to know if there's any news on the new Epcot show. So Robbie's talking about the fireworks laser show over the lagoon. As we know, they stopped Harmonious on April 3rd, and on April 4th, they started up Epcot Forever. That is a temporary fill show until the permanent new show that is supposed to kind of highlight and celebrate the 100 years of the Disney company kicks off. No date on that whatsoever, Robbie. Again, my view on that would be it would be in place for the holiday rush, the Christmas holiday rush, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
I mean, they're working on it. Every day there's a new something out in the water. I mean, we know they're working on it. So we can see the progress being made, and it's just stuff in the water right now that doesn't look like it, is coming together quite yet.
So, but let's go back to the Halloween party.
Yeah.
So we talked about the advantages during the daytime of going to the park. It's lighter attended. The holiday party itself, they sell fewer tickets, so the park's not nearly as busy. From the Halloween party standpoint, we'll just talk about that first. We can do the Christmas party next. We've already mentioned it. You get trick-or-treat bags. This is the one time at Magic Kingdom that you as adults, kids are allowed to dress in costume. You cannot wear masks. That's not allowed. But they celebrate you really for dressing in costume. You can trick or treat. They will have trick or treat stations throughout the Magic Kingdom where you and your kids can get candy. Mouse. Most all of the characters are out and they're in their Halloween costume. Winnie the Pooh is dressed up in a Halloween costume. That one just comes to my mind immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Eeyore was the clown, like their circus. They're in the circus, yeah.
Katie, my email is in my profile. There's a quote form, or if you go to Janelle's link tree, there's a link to my quote form. So I'd be happy to help you with your trip. Okay, so the trick-or-treating, the characters in costume, the lighter crowds, the holiday overlays on some of the rides that Janelle mentioned. Janelle mentioned the parade, the Boo-to-You parade. Normally, I wouldn't say this sort of stuff because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a gazillion YouTube videos and whatever. The Headless Horseman kicking off that parade is just
the best.
And we've all watched Janelle do the parade, and she can be right by like what I call Scaffolding Mountain at noon, and the parade's right there. And when the parade ends, she can take a gingerly stroll over to the barbershop and get there 5 minutes before the parade gets there. The Headless Horseman isn't going at the pace of the floats. He's riding a horse through there. So don't think if you're going to watch up by the train station that, I got 15, 20 minutes before that Headless Horseman comes. You're going to miss him. Be there. If the parade's at, I don't know what time the parade is at. If it's at 9 p.m., for instance, be set up at 9 p.m. no matter where you're at on that parade route. Otherwise, you will miss it.
Yeah, because even last year, Max came out ahead of it. Like, he had a little dance party and stuff. And then the Headless Horseman, he goes by so quickly. Very quickly, and I understand why. So yes, and Jenny's saying and the grave diggers too, part of the Boo-to-You. They're so good with their shovels.
I'm laughing. Jessica's comment was, for Halloween this year, she will be but she will be Disney World. Everyone will visit her.
I love it, Jessica. I love it.
That's funny. Now you know what I do for Halloween, don't you?
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Yes, I dress as Santa, sit out on the driveway. Kids get Halloween candy, and I get a candy cane. And I think I've told you this too. The first year I did it, a family came up, mom, dad, kids. They were all dressed in Halloween costumes. They asked if they could take a picture with me, and I'm like, sure, what the heck? That photo was their Christmas card that year. So I was on some family's
love it.
Christmas card that mailed out to places. It was awesome.
Okay,
Yes.
so I was going to say, I have not talked about my costume, and I have a costume, and I'm so excited. And I'm not telling anybody. Y'all have to wait until Tuesday, unless y'all want to guess, or y'all can take guesses or along the way. But
I don't know what your costume is, but my suggestion was the best one ever.
okay, what?
I told you to dress like Neil.
Oh, you did. I forgot all about that. It's even better.
Okay, so we know what she's not going to be. She's not going to be
I'm
Neil
not
for
going to
Halloween.
be Neil. Yes. Yes, I have not given it away at all. And a couple people do know because I had to go for consultation. I know, but they're not on here and it's okay.
Like a couple people knew what Briggs's middle name was.
A couple people did know. Do you want to know what my costume is? Will that make you feel better that I knew about the middle name? And then you know about the costume?
I want you to spoil it. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. Tuesday will be here before you know it.
Sure, JJ's probably thinking it. Just Mike, go have some Jello. You'll be fine.
Okay, so that I think that we talked about, or hit little points along the way about the Halloween party. I think it just depends on your budget. If it fits in your budget, and if you really want to do that, or do you just want to have a regular park day? For me, FOMO is real. And when those parties start happening and you see the signs when you walk into Magic Kingdom that day, I'm like, oh, it's a party day. They're going to have so much fun tonight.
Yeah. And so this is where I'm going to kind of tout myself, but that's one of the advantages of working with a travel agent, like a travel agent. We can help with the budgeting aspects, right? I mean, if you're going to the parks for 3 days, for instance, the average park ticket is probably $130 or so. So you factor that in, $130 for a Magic Kingdom day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., or depending upon what Halloween party night it is, your ticket might be cheaper than that. And your lines will be shorter, and the experiences will be different than what you're going to have on a normal Magic Kingdom park day. However, if you have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and they're in bed at 7 p.m. every night, and that's their routine, and you don't want to change that routine, you probably don't want to take them to the Halloween party. You might want to go to Magic Kingdom that day, and the park closes at 7 p.m., and then you don't have FOMO because you got to leave anyway, right?
Yes.
It's not like you're leaving at 7 and missing the fireworks at 9:15. There are parks that make people happily ever after on the Halloween party night. So a lot of different things that go into the decision. It's not simple. One of the complications, and this is for all of us, if you were looking to book for next September, for instance, there's nobody that knows which nights are going to be Halloween party nights. So you can book your package, decide how many park days you want.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty is next year you won't have to have park reservations. So that goes out the door. You can switch your days pretty quickly as soon as you know the holiday party nights. People right now who booked for this coming October, and they're there on the 17th, and they have a 5 p.m. Hollywood Studios closed, a 7 p.m. Hollywood Animal Kingdom, a 6 p.m. Magic Kingdom. They're hot under the collar, and I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So this is one thing when we were talking about the heat that we kind of said but didn't really say. We talked about taking midday breaks back to your resort. Plan to have break days. If you're there for 7 days, you don't need 6 park day tickets. I mean, you can, right? You certainly can, but take a day off in the middle there. Recharge your battery. Look, I'm guilty of this. When we go and I'm spending the money to fly down there and I'm spending the money to stay at the resorts for 7 nights, I feel like we need to be in the parks. But at day 7, we are all zombies, and it's not fun at that point. So take that mid-trip break whether it's to resort hop or go to Disney Springs or just relax at the pool and enjoy the air conditioning in your resort room, whatever it is, you will thank yourself. You'll thank your spouse or partner, and your children will thank you. You'll thank you for not just be
miserable.
And
Miserable.
I've said, I know I said it earlier, and I say this all the time. When you're taking children, regardless of age, whether they're 2 or they're 9 or they're 12, don't make them travel to meet your expectations. You need to meet their expectations. If they're in bed at 7 p.m. every night, don't be mad that they can't make it till 10 o'clock to see the fireworks, or 9:30, whatever time the fireworks are at. Don't be mad that they're not going to make it for Fantasmic at 9:30 at Hollywood Studios. And don't force them. If you force them, you're going to be upset because they're going to be screaming, and they're going to be mad because they're tired, and it just isn't worth the extra hassle.
Right.
Go at their pace.
Agreed. We can talk about the Christmas party next, or we can go Jollywood and then Christmas party.
So, I mean, the Christmas party. So, first off, Janelle's saying Christmas party and Jollywood. So, when we're generically saying Christmas party, we're talking about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at the Magic Kingdom. Jollywood is a brand new Christmas party this year at Hollywood Studios. So, we can talk about what we're reading that Jollywood will have, but we cannot talk about our experiences because neither one of us have experienced it. I think you're going this year, so you'll experience it. Unless Santa drops off a free trip to me, I won't be experiencing it this year. Now, the party at the Magic Kingdom. Some people absolutely love Halloween, and that's their gig. Some people absolutely love Christmas, and that's their gig. Both of those events are over-the-top spectacular. We talked about the Headless Horseman and the Gravediggers and the holiday overlays and the trick-or-treating and the characters in Halloween costumes. Every bit as much as that. I mean, it's 8 degrees.
Snow on Main Street.
Yes, it's snowing on Main Street. It's Snope. It's conversion of snow and soap called Snope. But it's snowing down Main Street. You can get hot cocoa at different spots. They have cookies. For me, the Headless Horseman is the highlight of the Halloween parade. For me, the Toy Soldiers is the highlight of the Christmas parade. To hear whether it's 12 or 40 or whatever number of march, it just takes my breath away. It's incredible. To see the holiday lighting and the projections on the castle, and it's just again, there's not as many people in the park because they don't sell as many tickets, so you can ride the rides more easily. It's magical. And to me, one of the other advantages on the Christmas side, more so than Halloween, is if you're ushered out of the park at 6 p.m. on a Christmas party night, yeah, it's getting dark 5:30-ish there in the middle of winter, but it's not dark. So you're getting shepherded out of the park before you can truly enjoy the lights, the holiday lights. So that's, to me, where Christmas party night is probably more valuable to me than Magic Kingdom party day, because I'm a Christmas nut. When they had the the Osborne family lights, thank you for the glasses. When they had the Osborne family lights at Hollywood Studios, I sat there for probably 2 hours while the rest of my family went and did whatever it is they did, because I'm enamored by the lights. So thanks, Jessica, for the sunglasses. Those are awesome. So that's one thing with the Christmas party. You can truly enjoy the lights, the projections on the castle, whatever, more so at the Christmas party night than you can at the Magic Kingdom day, because it's just dark enough at 5:30 when you're getting ready to leave the park.
I'm going to be honest that I've not ever been to a Christmas party because I haven't, because I get to see the parade with my pass. And so I've never spent the money to go do something that thank you, Jessica, that I can do with my pass closer to Christmas. And I know that that's me and I get that option, but that's the whole reason why I haven't ever gone.
And that's a great point, because the last Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, last party at the Magic Kingdom, is on December 22nd. Thank you for the cowboy hat. On December 23rd, the Christmas parade happens at the Magic Kingdom. So the toy soldiers that I said, you can enjoy them on a regular Magic Kingdom day on December 23rd. And I think that Christmas parade goes through New Year's, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so too. I think it does.
January 2nd or 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't think they do Snope other than the Christmas parties.
I think there might, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that they don't, but I just want to go back real quick and say Ronnie said she's gonna put in a call to Santa for you on that trip, and Jenny said that the best thing about Christmas for her is the gingerbread house. And well, you know, I'm looking for, I don't want it to be here that quickly, but I am so ready for the gingerbread house this year. So
that's because Janelle spent 8 hours with me last year on the
I did.
Of the gingerbread house.
That was one of my most favorite days of streaming ever. It was so chill, so relaxed. I felt like I was showing something that people honestly hadn't seen before, and I loved it. And I can't wait to do it all over again, because there's just going to be that more people now that don't know about this awesome gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian, and the awesome cast members that get to build it. Like, because again, there wouldn't be a gingerbread house if it wasn't for them. So, and it's August, which means they're starting to bake it now. Yep. So yeah,
probably on dashboards in cars in the parking lot.
Probably. Shane said, I remember watching you show them build it last December. Yeah, it would have been November, Shane. So yeah, November. Yeah, I met so many of you guys that, right? Yeah, it's November. Am I wrong? Yeah, it's the beginning. It is the beginning of November.
Well, it had to have been after November 5th or 6th, because it was November 3rd or 4th that was Fantasmic night, and that's when I first met you.
Yeah, so I had gone, I want to say November 2nd is when they started it, because I didn't go on the Fantasmic day, and then I went the day after. Well, so I was sad because I missed a day.
Yeah.
And it was for Fantasmic.
It was definitely after Fantasmic.
Yeah. So it's always like they always start it either the 1st, 2nd, or the 3rd, somewhere around then of November.
So it was then sometime after that I sent you that form about my broken thumb. You're
broken. That was an Epcot day too, that you broke your finger. So yeah, the gingerbread house, that's going to be coming up. I'm going to have to schedule some long days at the Floridian, which I'm fine with. Absolutely fine with. And then we'll go back to the Christmas party and just say the Christmas party is the same. The one thing about the Christmas party and days in the park before the party, they are not as luxurious and people free as the Halloween party. Yes, there's less people, but the crowds are there. The Christmas crowds are definitely there, and people do not care if there's a party or not. That's the time that they can go during the year, and they're going to be in the park no matter what. So it's not as, do as much as you can like Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, there are, I hate saying this, there are dead times, right? Yep. I mean, the first 2 weeks of November are lighter crowds. The first week of December, the week right after Thanksgiving, is lighter crowd wise. So it's not god awful, but it's not light like, I mean, right. Today's what, August 10th?
Yeah.
Yeah, today's the 10th. Raise your hand if you're thinking about Halloween. Nobody is. Tomorrow's the first Halloween party. I mean,
yeah.
So the first Christmas party is not in October, it's in November. And by November, a lot of people are already thinking Christmas. I know I am. My Christmas village is going up on November 1st. So it's more ingrained in the brain to think Christmas in November than it is to think Halloween in August.
Right. So yeah, Unicorn said, "Excuse me, I am. My decorations are out of my shed."
And Jessica said, I'm always thinking about Halloween.
Yeah.
There's always got to be a couple in the crowd.
So Shane says it has to be a little weird to celebrate Halloween in August. And Shane, it's not you. I'm on that page, and I will let you know that being a regular park goer, by Halloween, I'm like, do we have decorations? I'm over it.
So you must have thought the same thing about the 50th celebration for 18 months then.
Yeah, and maybe, but no, like Halloween, no. And then I'm like, we've looked at this since August. I've thought it was fall for forever. We don't have seasons here in Florida. I'm like, we need to move on. So,
see, and I agree. I think September and October should be the Halloween party.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And Shane, you're here. I bet if I got my car, and I don't know where he's at, but I could probably 15 minutes I'm at his house. We live probably that close to each other.
Right.
So tomorrow's the first Halloween party. Tomorrow my son goes off to high school for his first day of school. I mean, those two just don't equate to me.
Yeah.
They don't match.
Yeah. It doesn't. But come tomorrow, and there's going to be lives, and there's going to be so much out in the world on it. You'll kind of feel the spirit,
So, Mark said if it's 100 degrees, it doesn't feel right with fall decor. I agree.
Yeah.
Dollface asked, can I ask, do you know how much parking is? So, the answer depends.
Depends on what you want.
If you're staying at a Disney resort, parking is free. You can park at your resort for free. Because you're a resort guest, you can even drive to the parks and park at the parks for free. Or you can leave your car at the resort and take the Disney transportation, which I would always recommend doing. After a long, hot day at the park, the last thing I want to do is have to get behind the wheel of my car and drive. If you're a local, or if you're driving down and you're staying off of Disney property, Janelle, keep me honest, but I think it's $25 a day for.
I'm looking at just to get the exact cost. So self-parking, hold on. It showed the self-parking for resorts, 34, but hold on. Okay. Resorts complimentary, self-parking, valet parking, theme parks. So standard parking for a car or a motorcycle is $25 per day, and that allows you to go park to park. You can take your car to another park. Preferred is anywhere from $45 to $50 per day. And then there is also oversized parking, shuttle, limo, camper, trailer, RV, bus, or a tractor trailer, $30 per day.
Okay, so hopefully that helped, Dollface. Perfect. YF told me to tell you hi, just so you know. And Jessica, she says, you mean the last thing you want to do is find your Pacifica rental amongst all the other Pacificas?
Absolutely. That's what everybody's out there honking their horns.
Yeah, exactly right.
Thank you for the heartbeat.
Shane, you were the one who asked about the holiday parties. Did we answer questions that you had? Did anything else you thought of?
I am excited to go to Jollywood, which again, no one's experienced it before. So I'm looking forward to just something different. And just so you know, talking about Snope, they do Snope on every night at Hollywood Studios. So if you can't afford the party, ticket to Magic Kingdom and you want to be in a Disney park with Snope, Hollywood Studios, that's where I go. And I love the Tower of Terror show. Like, I love it. I might be one of the only people, but I can stand there and watch it all night long. And I love the projections on the Tower of Terror.
I'm laughing. This is from a lady who never goes to Hollywood Studios.
But it's nighttime, and that's the one thing I just absolutely adore that show. So
I mean, if you've ever been down there and you've seen the Tower of Terror, that thing is 13 stories high. It's a big, tall building. there's nothing better than to just turn and all of a sudden it looks like a giant gift wrap box. I mean, just that by itself is like, wow. And then you have the whole projection show is so incredible.
Lauren, we'll definitely be doing it this year. Like I said, like Mike said, I am not a fan. You know, Hollywood Studios is low on the list for me, but I will go there at Christmas, and I love being on Sunset Boulevard watching the show and being part of Hollywood Studios at night. So thank you so much for the roses, YF.
To say this, you know, when somebody asks what's your favorite park, the answer is, what's the answer, Janelle? Do you know?
The park that I'm in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yep. The park that I am in. Yep. So.
But, you know, in all honesty, Hollywood Studios, I can see where it's kind of like the New York Yankees. You either love them or you hate them, or the Dallas Cowboys, you love them or hate them. Hollywood Studios, you either love or you really don't like that well. If you're not a Star Wars fan at all, that's a third of the park.
So
there's just limited things if you're not a themed person.
Right. And like I said, I love Toy Story. I mean, I love Slinky. I love all the rides in there, but I don't like waiting in those lines. And I guess I'm so spoiled by, again, the Magic Kingdom and having these days we can go all these rides out. And I can't do that at Hollywood. So I am going to challenge myself for maybe the very first Jollywood day to see if at all, I'm thinking not, but would it be a low crowd day at Hollywood on a Jollywood night?
So
we'll have to see.
I'm going to say this, and I'm sure I'll get some hate, but I love Slinky. But standing in that line for an hour and a half to me is as silly as standing in the line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train for that long.
Right.
I won't do it.
No, and neither will I. And I guess that's the difference is there's so many bigger rides at Hollywood that they are not those little rides like the Teacups or Dumbo or Barnstormer or anything like that you can kind of run over to and only go spend 20 minutes in. That doesn't exist at Hollywood. Aliens, Alien Saucers, that's going to be a 50-minute wait on 60, and there's no way I'm going to stand in that line, which is why I don't go and don't love Hollywood.
Yeah, Shane, you're right. So there is little to no shade waiting line for Slinky Dog.
No.
I mean, there's some umbrellas along the walkway, but you know, unless the sun's high overhead, those umbrellas really aren't helping much. So yeah, you're right. You're in the sun for quite some time. Absolutely.
All of the rides, even like the outdoor for Rise. I mean, Smuggler's Run, that's indoors, but Rise, you're outside for a good portion of, the first part of the queue. Same with Tower of Terror. You're just outside.
At least with Rise, you know that it's a 15, 20, 25 minute experience.
Yes.
Minute and a half and you're done.
Brooke said, yes, it's understandable about the rides, but they do have great shows. And I 100% hands down agree, Brooke, that the shows are where it's at Hollywood,
But yes, but you're not wearing the right shirt. You know what shirt you're supposed to have on for the shows at Hollywood? Come on, what's the number one show at Hollywood Studios?
What, the Muppets?
There you go. There it is, the Muppets.
I don't have a Muppet shirt though.
I know, because I'm being facetious.
Okay, I'm like, did I get a shirt that, and I forgot? So.
My guess would be if I sent you one, you probably wouldn't wear it for people to see you in it.
Oh, I would. I know. And Brooke said, Indiana Jones, duh, Mike.
I know.
Beauty and the Beast is great. Even the Cars, all of it. Like they do really have some good shows.
And
so
for me, Fantasmic is the best nighttime show.
I 100% agree. Yeah, 100%. Good characters too. Good characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. On your Discord, we were talking about that. I mean, you can rattle off a dozen characters in 10 seconds or less that you know you can see. Yeah,
for sure. And those Pixar characters, I mean, you can't see them anywhere else. So yeah.
Just thought crossed my head, maybe for next week, if you want, a fun topic might be our strategies for.
Okay, I like that.
And that's another one where, again, we could line up 100 people and we could have 100 different answers for the best way to rope drop, and they're all right.
Right. Unicorn said, Disney Junior. That is a really good show too. Bye, Shane. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I want to bring up, I don't know if we have any other topics, but I wanted to bring up and see if you saw that I'm excited about this. They're bringing back Awakenings for the Tree of Life.
I haven't seen that yet.
You didn't see it?
I haven't seen it. When did that come out? This week?
I think I saw it yesterday.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah. So
it wasn't in the bassinet. I didn't see
it. But yeah, they're supposed to be bringing it back at the time change when daylight savings happens, which they should. They just didn't bring it back this past year. So
and that reminds me to ask you this question. Two questions. One, did Haunted Mansion reopen today?
Nope.
It didn't. So it was supposed to.
Yep.
It's supposed to be the 7th through the 9th. So we don't know for sure that it's being closed for Hatbox. We're assuming, but we don't know for sure.
I think tomorrow, everybody, I mean, if there's a ton of people in there, I think it's going to be for them to go see Hatbox and assume that the ride's going to be open, or they're going to keep it closed all day and they're going to try to open it for party goers. But there is no way that they can have it not open for the party.
I would agree with that. Can you imagine the outrage though if people get there, ride it, and there's no Hatbox?
Yeah.
There's people waiting. Okay, I got to stop. Jessica asked me if I've held Briggs yet to the family and said Simba. No, I have not done that. I have not done that. Maybe when I head over there tonight, maybe I'll do it. We'll see.
we need video.
I got to be careful. I don't want to get Raleigh all wound up.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Were there any other? Let's see. Parties. We talked about. I did want to say really quick, because I know somebody asked in the Discord about the scavenger hunts, and I know that you talked about them last week, but I did want to show, like, I do have my scavenger hunt, and I did want to show what the prize was, because I wasn't, a lot of people who watched the scavenger hunt they weren't on in the evening and so forth, but you do get to keep your scavenger hunt little map. And you can see right here, they did stamp it that it's complete. So when I picked up my prize at the end of the evening, they stamp it, and then your thing is done. And it's Unicorn said it says Haunted Mansion's a 15-minute wait. So maybe it did open. Maybe they just didn't have it open this morning, but it was that's all I saw this morning is that it didn't open. Thank you, Unicorns. So this is the lunchbox that we got as our prize. So,
for anybody who wasn't watching, that's the Remy's hide and squeak scavenger hunt at Epcot that's running right now for the Food and Wine Festival. That cost money. That's not free. It's $9.99.
Turns out to be $10.50.
Okay. Doggone taxes. So it's $10.50 with tax, and you're paying for the map Now, the other two scavenger hunts that I had written down, Wilderness Explorer, which is at Animal Kingdom, that's free, and then the Pirate Adventure in Adventureland by Pirates of the Caribbean, that's free.
Yep. Oh, and don't forget, in the aquarium, Dory's scavenger hunt, you get a little book that looks like this, but it's free as well, and you get it inside the aquarium, and it has stickers in there too. I used to have one laying around, but this is the Food and Wine book, but it looks like this.
And the other one that I know of that there's no books, there's no nothing, is in Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom, there are hidden Pascals.
Yep. And then at certain resorts, Wilderness Lodge, I know that definitely there's one. And that one might be a hidden Mickey scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt. Yep.
Yes. So, and the Fine Pascals. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's 9 of them. There's definitely quite a few of them to find. So Unicorn says she think it was a delayed opening and she thinks it opened like a couple hours ago. So there you go. So hopefully somebody has to have video of it by now. But tomorrow morning we're gonna go. We'll go there. So, and then going back to the hidden Mickey thing, and if you talked about it last week, and I know I forget, maybe Shane wasn't the one that asked about it, but there is a book that you can buy on Amazon, and there's a hidden Mickey book, and it's super helpful. There's some that are not in there that I went and looked for, and they just don't exist anymore. Either they're worn off or they've totally redone an area, and they're just not there. So, and they do try to keep the book as updated as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you can find hidden Mickeys all over the 4 parks and the resorts. If you have Disney on the brain, you can find a hidden Mickey in the clouds, right? I mean, you don't even have to be down there. So, but you mentioned Wilderness Lodge. There is a hidden Mickey scavenger hunt. And then the other one that's more confined, if you take the conservation train over to Rafiki's Planet Watch, there are about 25 hidden Mickeys over in that area by itself.
That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna wrap up, but Lauren is asking, which resort do you think is the best Christmas decorations and Halloween? I don't know that any resorts have Halloween, but what I will say about Halloween, and this is from last year being in the park on Halloween day, when I left the park, because there is a party on Halloween, when I left the park, say at 6 o'clock, I went through the Polynesian. I must have parked over there, or, I think we were getting dinner. And anyways, each resort had trick-or-treating, and it was the most amazing thing to see that these kids were in their costumes, and there were little points all around the resort, and cast members had the candy, and the kids were like real trick-or-treating. Just no decorations.
Now, as far as Christmas goes, if you set aside money and the cost to stay at the resorts and any other factor, the Grand Floridian with the gingerbread house it's amazing. You can't beat that.
I mean, honestly, Lauren, all of the resorts, they all have beautiful Christmas trees. They're beautifully decorated, and you just can't go wrong. And I know last year I did my best to try to get to go see all the Christmas trees, and it was hard. But Beach Club, Yacht Club, they have the trains. They all have something unique to them, and they're all beautifully done. And so, but not for Halloween.
Right? Yeah, Disney does Christmas amazing across all the resorts, but not every resort has a gingerbread house that you can walk through that has a store inside of it. I mean, sets itself apart. Now, where is the merry-go-round at? The gingerbread merry-go-round?
That is at Yacht Club. Yacht Club.
That would be the other resort.
Beach Club will be the train. And then Boardwalk had something too. What did they have? It was like a chef thing. Boardwalk had some gingerbread too. Contemporary has gingerbread as well. Last year it was 50th stuff, but they always have some sort of gingerbread as well. So, like I said, all the resorts, they just do it up for Christmas. And I mean, I feel like Wilderness Lodge and their Christmas tree is absolutely gorgeous. Same with Floridian. They're just so big. They have those lobbies to be able to accommodate these gigantic, beautiful Christmas trees. So, and yeah, I will address, of course, yes, the campgrounds is where I went last year, and we will be doing it again this year. We will be walking around the campgrounds, decorate like no other, as far as Halloween goes. And same for Christmas. It's so unique and such fun to be part of.
Absolutely.
So
let's kind of block my time. Janelle and I try to do this every week, every other week. In her Discord, there is a page for suggestions. So if you have things you'd like to talk about, if there's specific things about wanting to look at packages, again, you can go to my profile and my email is in there, or a quote form. Janelle's got the quote form in her link tree as well. Be happy to work with you on a trip. Disney World, we can book all the way through December 31st, 2024, so almost a year and a half from now. Disneyland has not opened up 2024 bookings yet. So if you're looking to go to California in 2024, reach out to me so I have you on my list. And as soon as it opens up, I'll be knocking on your door.
There you go. I like the idea of the Wednesdays Disney talk. I do too, JJ. So we're definitely going to keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. I love this. This is fun.
So
I love you, Janelle, but I got somebody more important waiting for me.
I understand. You need to get going. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Mike, for taking time out of this special event going on in your life, and I appreciate you and everybody watching. So thank you. And I will repost this on YouTube, and if you want to watch it again or go back and get some information, it'll be over there, Disney Parks with Love on YouTube.
Awesome. And yes, Janelle made me cry on Tuesday because she went to Epcot to celebrate, because that was the park she was in the day that I told everybody that I was going to be a grandpa at some point in time.
Yep. So we'll be in Magic tomorrow, though. Back on schedule. Mike, get out of here and go kiss on that baby.
All right. See you guys. Have a great night.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.